a real green. What things do you miss from home when you're on tour?
Ooh. Are we calling home LA or calling home Pittsburgh?
I think both. I think when we're traveling, the thing we miss most is obviously our friends and family. Also our dog. That's really hard. And then when we're in Pittsburgh, where we're actually from, which we never go home, we have a golf cart. And it's like our favorite thing. So I guess that's something we miss. We always drive that around the neighborhood.
Yeah, mostly just friends and family, I would say.
And our beds. Yeah, like, I miss my room in Pittsburgh, but I obviously can't be there.
Yeah, so we love LA more though.
Question number 2 is from Elsie, England. What's your favourite solo dance?
Ooh, my favorite solo I've ever done. Do you want to go first?
Is it hard?
I think.
Hard question.
Maybe. Oh, probably either the last solo I did on the show. I can't remember what it was called. But what about the like I like doing the Lizzie Borden solo. Did you see that one? It's like with the axe. It was really creepy, but I enjoy playing like different characters while I dance, so that was fun.
I mean, all of my dances were kind of the same because they were all acro dances. But I liked sink or swim, and I liked my hip hop dance that I did as well because that was my only hip hop solo I've ever done. So it was super fun.
Question 3 is from Lily Rose Whiteley. This is a question from Maddie. How did it feel to be selected to work with Sia in her music videos?
It was a very, very cool experience. Sia was a huge fan of the show we used to be on, and she's a big reality fan, and so she tweeted me when I was 11 years old, and I had no clue who she was, so I was like, I don't know if this is going to be a big thing or not. And then after I did the video, it kind of blew up, and now it has over 1 billion views, and it's just crazy, and now I'm so close to her. But it was really cool, and I felt very special that out of a group of people, she selected me, because I'm like, I don't know why I was any different to anyone else, but to her, she saw something, and it was really sweet.
And then we've got a question from Mackenzie. On Dance Moms, what was your most memorable moment?
My most memorable moment?
Spending every single day with me.
Yeah, totally.
Sister love.
Honestly, I don't know.
All of our questions are like, we don't know.
No, I feel like every moment on Dance Moms was memorable because we were always just spending like time with each other, and we've done so many competitions that I literally don't remember
Really rolls into one,
any
right?
of them.
Like a big-
Literally.
We did over 400 dances on the show, so
Wow.
yeah.
That's a lot.
I don't remember half.
Yeah, and it was so long ago that I feel like I don't really remember much of it. But I think one of them was when I beat Maddie. That was fun. That was like literally one time, okay? One time. It was fun.
Question 4, this is from Alex Gilman. What is your favourite style of dance, and what style would you like to try out in the future?
Well, I like hip hop and I like jazz, and now I like ballroom, which is really cool from Dancing with the Stars.
I'm a big fan of ballroom. It's good.
Yeah, it's really fun. And something that I would like to try. What do you think?
I love contemporary, and tap is my favorite thing. I don't do it anymore as much, but I do love tapping. I think, okay, this is weird, but I would love to do like an Irish jig. I've always wanted to learn it.
Oh my god, yeah, right!
I always pretend like I can do it, and I always try to. I've never actually done it properly, but when we went to Ireland,
Everyone
some
was
girls like taught
Irish
us.
dancing
It
for
was so
us.
cool, and so I definitely would like to do that.
Little river dance situation.
Yes.
Awesome. Question 5 is from Isabel Day. Do you like the UK?
We love the UK, actually.
It's so good here. It's beautiful.
People are so nice. Everyone's
Accents
very nice.
are great.
We love your accents.
Question 6, this is from Jessa Monaghan. I am 7 and I have danced since I was 3. If I keep on training, can I be as good as you guys?
Aw, that's very sweet. I mean, I wouldn't say as good as me. Probably as good as
Stop.
you.
No, well, you've already been training for so long. For us, there's people who are naturally born with like a talent, and they're just naturally good, even if they don't have to work hard at it. but for us it was a little different because we weren't naturally flexible, naturally like turned out and had great technique. We had to work for it, and we're still training and we're still working hard. And so I don't think you ever get to a point where you're like stopping. Like you have to continue to work and work and work and work. And even when you think like you're like, oh yeah, I'm good now, you're not. You know, I think you should just keep working hard. But only do it if you love it, because it's not fun to do something every day if you're not passionate about it. So you're on the right track, and I don't think you have to try and be as good as us, because there's more dancers that are better than us. Honestly.
Fab. Question 7, this is from Georgia Reed. Mackenzie, what is your favourite music video and why?
My favorite music video? Why are you looking at me? I think they're saying what my favorite music video I've ever done.
Yeah.
I think either What If with Johnny, that was really fun, or Nothing on Us, which was super cool too. All of my recent ones I've like really enjoyed. I feel like watching Wonderful. Watching all of my old ones, I like cringe so hard because I literally cannot watch them. But yeah, what's your favorite video I've ever done?
Of yours? What If is my favorite.
I figured.
And then what's your favourite music video ever?
And just like,
Just in life.
oh,
There's so many ones that I like. I love music videos and watching, but we've all got that.
I know.
The iconic ones. So it's my question from me because I just got excited there.
I know. I'm trying to think. Anything like Beyonce.
Oh my gosh, you know what video we used to watch all the time?
What?
One Direction, and it was, we used to watch Best Song Ever by One Direction. It was the best music video ever. We used to watch it all the time.
Got some One Direction fans in the house? Yeah?
Aren't they from here, right?
Yeah, they're from here.
Yeah.
They were, yes.
I was never a One Direction fan, but now I'm a Harry Styles fan, so I love him a lot. Yeah.
So question number 8, this is from Lottie Watley. I am here with my sister Megan, and I would like to know what your favourite and least favourite thing is about being sisters.
Ooh. Do you want to go?
No.
No falling out.
Yeah. I'll start with the bad thing, because then we'll end on a good note. So, my least favorite thing about you is that you can't
About me? It's
Wait.
about being sisters!
I was like ready to say something bad about you. Sorry. Should I just say that anyways?
I think they want to know now.
Yeah, come on, go ahead.
So it's Kenzie.
So we're switching the question a little bit. So my least favorite thing about Mackenzie is that she can't do anything herself, and she makes me do everything for her.
Did you do my makeup today? Did you do my hair
This
today?
is probably
No!
this is probably the first time ever in the
That's not
history
true.
of ever.
Not true. Australia?
Okay, well, basically, I'm always picking out Kenzie's hair and makeup and outfits, and I'm doing everything for her. But my least favorite thing about being sisters is that,
So there's a two-part.
yeah, the least part. Okay, and then I'll stop. My least favorite thing about being a sister is having people compare you to each other, because my sister was always compared to me because I was the older sister. And so I don't think it's fair to either of us, because we're our own two people and we just want to be like.
Okay, that was a nice one.
I know. But it's like annoying. I don't like that as sisters. I don't like that we're compared because we're our own people. But then my favorite thing about being a sister to you is that you make me really proud. Like I feel like I'm. Yeah. I'm very proud of her. We used to fight a lot. But
Yeah, we still kind of do.
I mean, we like now we don't fight. We just kind of like bicker. But she really is my best friend. So I love having a sister because I would be so lonely if I didn't. And she's like my best friend. So I love spending every day with her. It's really fun.
My least favorite thing about being sisters, I think us being like almost the same size of clothes, because literally you steal all of my clothes.
You steal my
and
clothes.
then you get mad at me
You
for
steal my
stealing.
clothes.
I didn't finish. And then you get mad at me for stealing your clothes. When literally I'll look at you and you're wearing my full outfit.
That's
It's
true.
the worst. She steals all of my clothes. She hangs out with all of my friends. All of my friends love her too, which is so annoying.
Why wouldn't they love me? I'm just
So
joking.
annoying. But my favorite thing is, I guess, always having someone there for you. And always having someone hang out with, you know what I mean? No, but really, you're my best
I always
friend.
clean your room. I I do.
This is favorite thing about being sisters. It's not favorite thing about you.
We're gonna start fighting if we don't move on. So.
Okay, this is from Megan, Lottie's sister. Do your best English accent.
Oh no, this is not okay.
This is a lot for us to write down.
I don't want to offend anyone. Okay. Can you give us something to say? Like something very easy.
What's very British to say? Oh, can I have a cup of tea, please?
You can do it really good.
I can't.
Oh, okay. Wait, let me practice.
Can you say it one more time?
No. Wait,
that was
sorry.
it.
Can I have a cup of tea, please? No,
Yes.
I can't do it.
That was good. That was a good attempt. I'll take it.
You have to do it now. Oh, you're really good.
I can't. No, I'm
She
really
used to
not.
speak in a British accent
Don't
when
hype
she
me
was
up
6.
because I'm really not good. I'm the same as you. I'm scared. You're squeezing my arm so tight. Can I have a cup of tea, please?
Yes.
I'm laughing. I'm sorry.
When we were little, you know Sophia, Grace, and Rosie?
Yes.
We used to pretend to be them all the time. Like Mackenzie used to say, like,
There's a video of us on YouTube singing Super Bass. If you literally look it up right now, and we think
like,
we're
"My
Sophia
name's
Grace.
Sophia Grace. It was so cute.
And her name is Rosie. It was
Yeah.
the funniest thing. So
I
you
think
can
that's-
probably look that up on YouTube if
I
you
think
really
that's from
want to see
Essex,
it.
which is like, that's a different accent as well.
Yeah.
So this is from Amber Orr. As a young dancer, do you have any advice on how to make sure dance judges notice you when on stage with others?
I think just being confident and not being scared, I guess, to put yourself out there. I would
Yeah.
say.
I think sometimes we think as dancers, if to be in the front and center, like that's the only time they're gonna notice you. But honestly, if you're making room for yourself and just not trying to impress anyone but yourself, just do it for yourself.
Exactly.
And then when you think no one's watching you, they probably will. They'll be like, wow, she's actually really, really good.
I feel
So-
like every time we go to conventions, we always stand on the sides because it's
Yeah.
like the most room, and then
Yeah.
the judges usually, not the judges, like the teachers usually notice you when you're actually just having fun
Yeah.
and like doing it for yourself and not for like getting in their face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know. I think just like try your hardest, and like today, if we don't pick everyone, that doesn't mean we don't like you. Just sometimes judges, you know, their opinions are different. But just try hard, and if they don't pick you or if they don't notice you, it's probably just because I didn't see you.
Cool. Question 11. I hope I pronounced his name right. It's from Lorile. What's the most useful conditioning stretch or exercise you couldn't live without?
Like a stretch?
Yeah, like
Lunges?
maybe like what's your
Yeah.
most like common or one you'd go to kind of like
I
get you
would
ready
say
for.
lunges because it like stretches out your hips and your legs.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Let's say if you're gonna warm up for like a routine or like
Yeah.
a show, what's your go-to move? What's your like you have to do it for a show?
Lunges.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
I'm always going down, and then you like put your knee down and grab your foot, because my legs are super tight. Because I don't want to get into it because I probably should start. But whatever. But yeah, I think for us, we don't stretch as much as we should anymore. Like we used to have an hour warm-up class, but now we just kind of stretch really quickly, and that's not good. So make sure you stretch.
Yes.
Because it's not good on your body.
No. So question 12 is this is from Maddie Ann. Do you like any other activities other than dance?
You're like, no.
I like playing the ukulele. I guess that's a hobby. Singing, dancing, acting. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I feel like if we didn't dance, I don't know what else we would do. Like,
Yeah.
I can't see you playing any sport. You're not very.
I'm good
athletic.
at basketball.
Okay, she says this, but she's.
Mom!
My mom is laughing too. She thinks she's really good
I'm
at
good
basketball.
at We
She's
have a
not.
basketball hoop at our house, and
Maddie, you take videos of yourself and it takes you 10 tries to get the perfect video.
but I said it like, oh, first try, I got it.
Yeah, I can't see her playing any sports. I honestly can't see me playing any sports other than like soccer. But that's it.
Yeah, I don't think. I guess just the other things we do is like acting, you sing, and that's it. Yeah, we're not very like coordinated when it comes to like throwing a ball or anything like that. So
At least I'm better than her at doing it.
Right, moving on. Question 13. It's from Meek Ben Nunn. How do you how do you imagine your life if you were not famous?
We don't really consider ourselves famous.
No.
Because our friends treat us like
Just
we're
keep it
normal people, and
Yeah.
so we're surrounded by normal people, if you know what I mean. But what would our life be if we weren't famous?
I guess.
I honestly don't know. I think we'd be in Pittsburgh, still dancing. I'd probably quit dance and play soccer. Honestly, still be at
Basketball.
school.
Yeah, basketball.
I'd still be at school.
Yeah.
I feel like life would just be like I don't know.
I think
it'd be really different, and I can't see myself being like a normal kid living back in Pittsburgh. If you know
Yeah,
what I mean.
I think the biggest thing, if we weren't famous, we don't like to say that we are because we don't consider ourselves, but I think just when we get stopped on the street or when we go to the store and people recognize us and ask for photos, like that's the one thing that if we didn't have that, it would just be so different, and it's very sweet, but sometimes it is hard when you're trying to like, hang out with friends.
And be like normal kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it distracts from your friends, but we love getting to meet everyone. But I feel like that would be the biggest thing,
100%.
like not
And
having.
like Instagram, like having
That's true.
like
getting to post whatever we wanted.
and and I guess not getting as much hate as we do, or like because usually when you're in the public eye, there's always going to be comments that are not very nice for literally every single person on this planet. It doesn't matter if you're perfect or not. Everyone will always just comment something. So I feel like that would be very different, like social media.
Yes,
for sure.
Fab. This is from Daisy Wilson. How long do you train each day?
Well, we used to
Or
train.
how long do you used to train?
Yeah.
Obviously, depending on what you do.
Yeah, we used to train 8 hours, 6 days a week or 7 days a week.
Yeah.
We used to train every single day. Well, almost every day. And because we were doing the show for 6 years, and so we were constantly in rehearsals, learning new dances. But now, all we do is take class and then like shoot different, like I'll do like music videos or whatever. But we don't train like we used to. We're not like in ballet class, tap class every second of the day. We used to be.
Sorry, and
There you go. But for me, like my goal for this year is to get back, because it's just really hard with our schedules. Like I want to go to a class, but then I have to end up going to a job or something. But at least I dance a little more than
I don't dance as much as I used to because I'm doing other things now. Like I just finished a panto play in LA, so I've been like doing random stuff like all over, and I haven't really had time to dance. But I really want to get back into it, and I think this is a start because we're going to be performing for you guys. So.
You're acting like as if we haven't danced in like years. I feel like I haven't.
You
literally.
Okay, this is from Libby Waller. What are your plans for the future? Is there anything that like you both still hope to achieve later on in the future, in life or the future?
Do you want to go? You go first.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a hard
Plans for the
question.
future? I mean, I guess everything that I'm doing now, just heightened.
I would agree.
I want, because now I've started doing movies, which is really exciting for me. It's like my biggest goal in life. And I guess my dream is just to be in a film that's like nominated for an award, or just continue doing music videos and dancing and performing. Like that's basically all I want to do, and continue that, and maybe direct one day. We'll see.
I would say the same. I feel like I want to get more into acting, and obviously be in a movie. That would be super cool. Definitely more singing. Maybe go on a world tour. That would be awesome. Obviously, can't really do that now because it's a little too early for that. But
Yeah,
definitely in the future, I think that would be really cool. Just continuing on like singing, dancing, and acting. I put singing and dancing in the same sentence. I'm sorry.
That's all our questions from you guys, but I'm going to ask a question now. Have you ever choreographed for each other, and how does that work?
I've choreographed for Mackenzie the past 2 tours that we did in Australia. I choreographed her solo, doesn't always end very well.
Definitely not.
We fight a lot during that process because she doesn't
want to do something.
she doesn't want to do what I'm telling her to do, but then what she wants to do is just not right. So we fight, but I don't know.
Honestly, I don't think I would want to choreograph for you
Because I'm
ever.
too like
Because
But have you ever? Have you ever done?
no.
No.
I just don't really want to. I'm just nervous.
when it comes to dancing, or
She's a perfectionist about everything. So
And-
like literally everything. Like I don't think I've walked into her room one time and it's not messy. Like I meant not clean. Sorry,
Yeah,
Mom
okay.
said it. But she's literally a perfectionist, so I feel like if I choreographed her dance, she would be like, "No, I'm redoing the whole thing." So I would never choreograph for you ever, and I'm saying that right now, and I'm marking my words because I'm never doing it. I don't want you to choreograph for me. We're on the same page.
Awesome. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. We're going to give these guys a round of applause for some good questions. And thank you for your questions also. So, guys, you're going to get ready for us now?